30 years ago today, a young woman went to a party in Boston. She never came home. Her name was Karina Holmer. She was 20 years old, from a small town in Sweden, working as an au pair in the United States. She had a life ahead of her. Plans, letters home, the quiet ambition of someone who had chosen to be brave. She had come to America to experience the world. On the night of June 21st, 1996, something happened that no one has ever been able to fully explain. Karina was last seen alive at a nightclub in the Back Bay area of Boston. She had been drinking. She was alone. What happened in the hours between midnight and the following morning remains one of the most disturbing and unresolved mysteries in the city's history. Her upper body was found the next morning in a dumpster on Gloucester Street. She had been cut in half with what investigators described as surgical or professional precision. The lower half of her body was never found. No weapon, no suspect, no clear motive. 30 years of silence. The case drew immediate international attention. Swedish media covered it intensively. The FBI were involved. DNA evidence was collected but never matched to anyone in any database. Investigators pursued hundreds of leads: a man seen leaving the club with her, an unidentified vehicle, witnesses who couldn't quite remember. Everything dissolved into nothing. What makes the Karina Holmer case particularly haunting is not just the violence, it is the precision. Whoever killed her had knowledge. They had tools. They had the ability to dispose of a body in a way that removed half the evidence entirely and has never been recovered in 3 decades of searching. Theories have circulated for 30 years. Was she killed by someone she met that night? A stranger who targeted a young woman alone in a city she didn't know well enough? Was it someone she already knew? Was the precise manner of her death a signature, evidence of someone who had done this before or who would do it again? In 2026, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office confirmed that the case remains open and active. DNA technology has advanced dramatically since 1996. The evidence that was collected still exists. There is still a chance. But Karina's family has been waiting for 30 years. Her mother, her friends from that small Swedish town who sent her off with excitement, who watched the news in horror, who have had to construct a version of grief that has no conclusion and no closure. She went to a party. She was 20 years old. She was in a country where she believed she was safe. The person who killed Karina Holmer has lived 30 years with what they did. They have aged. They may have families of their own now. They have watched the case sit on cold shelves, watched the anniversaries come and go, watched the questions remain unanswered. Somewhere, someone knows what happened on that street in Boston in 1996. They have known for 30 years. And so far, they have chosen to say nothing. If you have any information about the death of Karina Holmer, contact the Suffolk County District Attorney's Homicide Unit at 617-343-4470. Some cases don't close. They wait.